Hello, good day. It's like 1:46 a.m. now, and of course, I generally wake up at this time, study habit, um, and being unable to go back to sleep. Not studying right now, but hoping to begin as soon as things fall into place. Um, I was just thinking about being a peacekeeper, and it is something that we all have to deal with from time to time. And for some persons, it's every single second of every single day because, unfortunately, once you have two persons in the same place, you will have conflict. It's something that I've always thought, something I've always said, and the conflict may not be huge and enormous and life-threatening, but once there is a disagreement at any level, it is seen as conflict. So how I deal with conflict is, first thing I do is I develop strategies of avoiding it in the first place. And this goes towards the fight or flight response. And avoidance of conflicting situations comes about when you are meticulous and clear about what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're thinking, what it is that you're saying. And when you do that, it will lessen the risk or the chances of there being a misunderstanding, of there being a conflict. Once you've gone to that stage, and there are some persons who, because of their previous life experience, they tend to be a little bit more sensitive to certain situations. So you have to work harder with different persons based on their past experiences, and it doesn't make them terrible persons. It doesn't make them evil or anything like that. It just means that they have been interacting with persons who were not as aware or care. Sometimes it boils down to persons not really caring, unfortunately. So once you have dealt with the flight aspect, which is the avoidance of the whole situation, you have to then prepare your mind for the fight aspect. And when I say fight, I'm not necessarily speaking about physical attacking someone, but taking action in any way, shape, or form to ensure that the matter is dealt with. Whether it is to make a report to the police, whether it is to get a third party involved, a mediator involved, whether it is to write a document, to type a document with the concern, and of course this must be after you have gone face to face to discuss the matter with the individual, because I find that a lot of times persons are in conflict with someone and they speak with everyone else with the exception of the person who they're actually in conflict with. And I find that to be a very, very bad thing. I don't agree with that, and so it is something that I'm encouraging you not to do. The only way that you can solve the problem, solve the issue, is to speak directly with the person who is a part of the issue, person or persons who are a part of the issue directly. So when you move to the fight aspect, you do all the you go written, you go physically to report the issue to a supervisor, report the issue to the police, report the issue to any other agency that is there to mediate between you and the person or the company that is involved. And once you have done that, you just have to follow through on the process, because each situation, based on where you take it, would have a process in place where you are able to follow through to a resolution. And at the end of the day, we need a resolution that is suitable, at least for the person harmed, if not for both. because sometimes people respond negatively to you, not because of who you are or even because of the circumstances that involved you, but because of their past experiences with persons who were in similar circumstances and just was not committed to finding a resolution. So you find that there is a stubbornness, a hurt, a pain that is exhibited in how they automatically respond to the situation. So this is basically in a nutshell, and a lot of companies have conflict resolution grievance procedures. It also does tie in with the quality management systems that I've been charged or that I've taken on as a mandate to build for companies, and it is something that should be considered and integrated within the company. Sandra Carr-Moore here. Blessings and peace.